there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Bratislava, in the capital of Slovakia. And today what we have for you are 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to Slovakia. And the first thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Slovakia is there's nobody here. Like literally, there's very few tourists that actually come to Slovakia. And when you think about it, all the people that go to Prague and drink the beer there, and they go to Vienna to soak in the culture, and Budapest for the fun there, there's so many tourists that are here in Central Europe that a lot of them just skip over Bratislava, and you don't have very many tourists here, which is really cool, which means you get to have Bratislava, you get to have the high Tatras mountains, you get to have a lot of really cool places here in Slovakia, pretty much to yourself. But that's the thing that shocks a lot of tourists, is how few tourists you do see here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, in the summer times, Bratislava can have quite a few tourists for day trippers from Vienna, but in the evening time, you can enjoy this great city all by yourself. Now, the second thing that shocks tourists when they come here is how affordable it is to actually come here to Slovakia. Now, a lot of people say, wow, it's really cheap there. I'm just gonna say it's really affordable here, okay? I'll be honest, you're gonna eat well, drink well, make merry well, accommodation, public transportation, all of it is super affordable when you are here. So if you're looking for a place to experience Central Europe with beautiful buildings and amazing nature and all kinds of stuff, and you don't have a lot of coin to spend, this is a great alternative for you to come visit. And even if all you can do is take a day trip from Vienna to come here to Bratislava, it is well worth it, because the train here and the buses here are super cheap. It's about an hour to get here, and you have great restaurants, you have great bars at a fraction of the price. To have very great food that you'd have in Vienna, you can have here for honestly half the price sometimes, so it is really kind of a cool thing. Now, the third thing that's going to shock you when you come here is the tummy growth you have eating Slovak food. No matter where you are, if you're up in the Tatras mountains going skiing, or you're here in Bratislava, or you're going to see some of the bajillions of castles that are here, the locals are going to feed you and feed you and feed you, and the food here is fatty, and there's like pork, and there's duck, and there's all the dumplings that are here. There's so much great food that's here, but it's really heavy. So make sure when you are eating here, don't forget to ask for a digestive, like a shot afterwards, to help with the digestion, because all that fat could make your tummy feel a little bad. I mean, even me, who's loved the food here, I mean, it's been great. I mean, I've been working on my tummy while I've been here. You will have that, so do have a heads up, because it is fortifying food, to say the least. Now, the fourth thing that's going to shock you when you come here is how hospitable and wonderful the Slovak people are. Now, I know when you go to Prague, you go to the Czech Republic, they're pretty nice. They're pretty cool kind of stuff. And then if you're in Vienna and you're in Austria, they're a little more stoic and like, oh, prim and proper. And then you go to Budapest, it's a little more wild and crazy kind of stuff. Honestly, here, I find the Slovak people to be the kindest and nicest and most helpful of all four countries when you are here in Central Europe, between the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Austria, and Hungary. And yes, I'm sure some of those people are going to be upset with me, but honestly, every time I've come to Slovakia, the people have been wonderful. People are like, no, eat this instead of this, try that. Dude, you got to have this thing here. No, learn a few words. Let me teach you. I mean, it's been such a wonderful experience no matter where I've been throughout the country. That's really great. I know Bratislava, I mean, even here in the capital that gets the most tourists, you have the tourism kind of stuff. But even the service here has been really nice and stuff like that. But if you get out and you meet the real people, they're going to show you a fantastic time. That's one of the great things. Just talk to the locals. And what's cool about the locals, if they're like 35 and under or 40 and under, they're going to speak English. If they're older than that, it's kind of a hit and miss kind of thing, and the grandmas and stuff like that, maybe not, but they'll be nice enough to help you along the way, and of course give you some dumplings to eat and some more food, some more fatty porky stuff that's so awesome. You'll have that, and that's one of the things that's really cool. Another thing that shocks tourists when they come here is the people really love the folk. And when I talk about folk, I'm talking folk dancing, folk art, folk costumes, folk crafts and stuff like that. The people, the Slovak people, love their Slovak culture. And you see that with the museums, with how much they care about their country, how much they cheer for ice hockey and stuff like that. But also, you'll see festivals where it is about Slovak dance or culture or art or any kind of things like that. So if you're looking for some souvenirs, you can get some really good Slovak culture souvenirs when you are here, okay? So don't pass up on that. I know sometimes it looks a little, you might think it looks a little hokey, but honestly, it's a really cool thing how much they care about their culture. Now, the next thing that's going to shock you, and you're going to love this if you're an outdoors person, is how much nature they have here in Slovakia. There's not a lot of big towns and big cities here in Slovakia. This is a nature lover's dream when you come here. Go to the high Tatras mountains, you can ski in the winter, you can hike, you can climb. Oh, you don't like that? You can go in the caves and go see some of the, I mean, hundreds of caves there are here. You can go, you know, adventuring through and stuff stuff like that. The mineral spas, the hot water spas that are here. I mean, heck, if you don't want to go outdoors, I mean, there's plenty of swimming pools all around. I mean, this is really an outdoorsy, get back to nature kind of thing. And that goes in with the people. I know for me, when I've been here and I've gone with the locals, we're like, oh no, we got to leave the city. We got to go out to the village. We got to go out here, and we'll like hike through the forest, and we'll come to a shack bar in the middle of the hike, and they're like, oh yeah, have some local beer, which is awesome, by the way. And they'll have that and some schnapps and some food and stuff like that. And it's really cool. But this is really, if you want to get out in nature, this is a great country to go to. Now, the seventh thing that's going to shock you when you come here is going to shock your nose. It is the stinky cheese they have here. My Slovak friends are wonderful. They've been great people. I mean, my buddy Carl, we were here with Caleb years ago, and Caleb fell asleep, and Carl's like, you guys need to take pictures, I'll carry him. And so he's carrying Caleb throughout the city. Like, Caleb's totally passed out, by the way. We're getting pictures, all kinds of stuff, and the people are awesome. But the thing is, they like to trick their friends sometimes. And one of the tricky things they do with the tourists when they are here is they trick them into having the stinky cheese. Now, I'm not going to butcher how you say it, okay? I'll put it down here so you can actually see how it's spelled. But if you see that, know that someone's trying to trick you. They're like, oh no, it's a local cheese you have to have when you're here. And you should. It tastes good, but the smell is quite powerful. I know my buddy Carl, some of my other friends from here, they made me have some, and I had a few bites, and I'm like, I'm trying, man. They're like, oh dude, it's okay. And they gobbled it all up, but don't be shocked if you get the cheese and makes you go, oh my God. Okay, so have a heads up for that. Now, the eighth thing that shocks tourists when they come here is how many castles are here in Slovakia. And there's tons of them, from castle ruins to like full castles you can visit. I mean, here in Bratislava, you got the Bratislava Castle, you've got the Devon Castle just down the way, about 10 kilometers. The Spiš Castle, or the Spiš Castle, I can never say it right. I'm sorry guys, they always get so mad at me. But that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can go visit there. It's huge. And there's castles all over the country. And yes, when you're in the bus going through the country, or the train going through the country, and they do have good public transportation here, by the way, when you're going through, you're like, wait, that looks like a castle on the hill. And that looks like a castle on the hill. Yes, they're both castles on the hills. There's always castles on the hill. You will see that all over Slovakia, which is really cool because you're in the nature, and then, oh look, castle. Now, the ninth thing that shocks tourists when they come to Slovakia is here in Bratislava. Bratislava is a tiny European capital that's got a lot going for it. It's cheap, it's got great restaurants, the people are nice, there's tons of clubs here, there's tons of bars here, there's some beautiful churches, beautiful architecture. It's really shocking because a lot of people don't talk about it. Because when people think of going to Central Europe, they think Prague, Vienna, Budapest. Like they go down that way, or they go Budapest, Vienna, Prague, and sometimes this is the one they just skip over. Don't skip over it. You'll be shocked how much you do enjoy this town. And I know a lot of blogs say, oh, just skip it, you don't need any time there. Look, even if you have a day, just come a day trip from Vienna or spending a night here, it is well worth it. There's great hotels here for a fraction of the price you're gonna play in Budapest or you're gonna be paying in Vienna, so why not check it out, okay? And the 10th thing that shocks tourists when they come here, especially some of my older tourist friends, is it's not Czechoslovakia. Look, you might be shocked, but the Czech Republic and Slovakia separated like 20 years ago, okay? So don't say Czechoslovakia. Don't call them Czechoslovaks. No, they're Slovaks. This is Slovakia. It is its own country, okay? They're separated. They're like brothers that decided to live apart now. You're like, yo, dude, be good, man. And so they have fun with it, just like how you have with your siblings. You have the playful ribbing, like they have in ice hockey here and stuff like that, and make the jokes. But they are, they're tight, but they are two different countries. So don't do the Czechoslovakia thing. You'll be shocked how people are like, dude, we're Slovakia. Also, don't call them Eastern Europe. This is Central Europe, okay? That might also be a little shocking when the locals are like, dude, Central Europe, look at a map, okay? Anyway, I hope this helps you prepare to come here to Slovakia. I've had a great time here every time I've come. So happy to be back and to be able to film some videos here. If you want to see some more, we've got some Don'ts of Bratislava videos, all kinds of other stuff. You can go way back in time and see some of our love and hates of Bratislava and stuff like that as well. If you go on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/woltersworld, or you can go to our website, woltersworld.com, and read some of the blogs, because, maybe your boss doesn't want you watching videos at work, so you can actually just, read them instead. We have that there. Also, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, all over the place, all with the sign Wolters World. So we do appreciate your like, subscription. So give us that like, give us that subscription, hit the notification bell if you want to get honest travel videos like this in your feed every Wednesday and Saturday. And I wish you a great time here in Slovakia. And I want to give a special shout out, thank you to all of our patrons on Patreon who make honest travel videos like this possible. We couldn't do it without you. So we'll say bye from Bratislava here in Slovakia. Okay? Oh, also, don't say Slovenia. It's a totally different country, totally different stuff. Slovakia here, okay? Bye.